Excuse me, sir. You there? Would you like to game? Then game we shall.
Boom! That's a little crazy, I guess. But, hey guys, I have what I like to call the boom build for the Witch Doctor. A lot of you may know it as the Jade Harvester. This build is extraordinarily good. I love it so much. I love playing with my buddy Alex. He runs a support EP monk, 0 DPS monk, and it is so good. I'll probably put some gameplay clips here in this video just to show you guys what we can do. It's really awesome. I love smashing Torment 6 with this build. Anyways, guys, without talking too much or making it take too long, I'm going to kind of highlight over the items. Every item you see here is more or less pretty much required for this to work right. Some people will scream that Jade is really OP and things like that, but what people don't realize is you pretty much have to have every item slot with these items that I'm using currently for this to work properly. There may be some variants you can switch here and there, like the strong arm bracers. They're not necessarily required 100%. However, they are super strong because whenever you use Piranado with the knockback effect, it applies that 22% more damage, which you can use with Wave of Mutilation or Piranado. The Piranado actually counts as a knockback effect. But this helmet right here, guys, is a must. And Ring of the Royal Grandeur is a must. The belt isn't necessarily a must. A lot of people prefer Huajrat for solo play, but I personally like it a lot. I actually have not gotten a new Witching Hour yet, but I've fallen in love with this belt. It's so good. The 80% slow on Locust Swarm is amazing. So in most cases, pretty much 100% of the time, I use Sunkeeper. A lot of people like to use Utar's Roar, but Sunkeeper does enough damage on trash usually and kills him as is, and then you get the bonus 27% elite damage. The thing about this weapon, guys, is that the attack speed is really slow for a one-hander, so then it boosts your average damage really high, and attack speed does not affect this build at all whatsoever, so this is perfect. And you can run in and pop something really hard with that average damage. As you can see on my gloves, I don't have any attack speed in these at all. It's just crit chance, crit damage, and some vitality and intellect, which is really, really good. So keep that in mind, guys. With this build, attack speed is really not essential. You can see in my helmet here I have a diamond in it, and it reduces cooldown of all skills by 12.5%, which really helps with this build. If you can get cooldown reduction anywhere, by all means grab it. I'm kind of trying to work that in as I go, but that's currently what I have right now. So for Paragons, my core is going to be, my movement speed's maxed, to whatever I need. My boots have 13, I believe, or my bad, 10, and then the rest into intelligence. Offense, I max critical hit damage, cooldown reduction, and then critical hit chance on my last few points, since attack speed's not required at all. On defense, I'm using life regeneration with life percent, as well as armor. All resist you really don't need, in my opinion, with most intelligence-based classes, because you get it just through your main stat and all resist on gear. On utility, I'm actually currently using life on hit, resource cost reduction with area damage. It's very possible that you could just drop your life on hit. You don't necessarily need life on hit at all. I just have it because it's whatever. But life on hit, you probably don't need because your your Soul Harvest Siphon is actually going to be giving you life every time you hit enemies. So it's up to you what you want to do here. Some people use the gold for the gold find, things like that. So anyways, guys, let's get into the skills. On my left click, I'm using Haunt with Resentful Spirit. Allows you to spit 2 spirits at one time. Really nice. Hits 2 targets at a time. Really, really good. On my right click, I'm using Pestilence Locust Storm. This allows your Locust Storm to jump twice instead of once. It has a 100% chance to jump twice, which is super, super good when you're trying to spread that slow and dot damage over a huge area. On my 1 key, I'm using Spirit Walk with Honored Guest. Honored Guest is really, really helpful with this build. The extra mana is super, super good because you honestly can eat some mana pretty quick with this build if you're not careful. On my 2 key, I'm using Piranha with Piranado. You could use Wave of Mutilation if you'd like. I've seen some people do it. But I just prefer the Piranado because it groups them up for you real nice and easy, and you can run in and blow them up. On my 3 key, I'm using Soul Harvest with Siphon. I would say that Siphon is probably a must. The life you gain for every enemy you hit is really, really good. But again, guys, you can switch these around to whatever you need at the time or whatever you need for the time being, so it's not bad for you. Anyways, guys, on my 4 key, I'm using Summon Zombie Dogs with the life link, so you're getting 10% damage reduction there as well as the 28% from my other offhand that I'm using, and it can get up to 40%, I believe, so I'm at 38, which is pretty good. For passives, guys, you're definitely going to use Creeping Death, amazing skill. Spirit Vessel, really, really good, reduces cooldown on Soul Harvest and Spirit Walk, which Soul Harvest is one of your key spells. Pierce the Veil, really, really nice for the extra damage. And then Grave Injustice. For every time you kill an enemy, you get life and mana return, as well as reducing all cooldowns and all spells by 1 second. This is really good. It can make this build go crazy, crazy, insane, and do some really cool stuff. Alrighty, guys, so one thing to keep in mind is you always want to keep your zombie dogs out at all times. Some witch doctors I've seen play this setup, they don't keep their zombie dogs out and they get killed. And they can die pretty easily, so it's really important to pay attention to that. With all the crazy cooldown you're getting from your passive and everything, zombie dogs should not be that hard to keep up, which is really, really good. Okay, so the rotation for this, guys, is definitely going to be, you're going to run in, and you're going to find a group, wherever you're going, and you're going to throw your Locust Swarm, and then you're going to run back and haunt a couple of times on everything in the area. Then you want to drop your Piranado, and then you want to Spirit Walk in and pop your Soul Harvest. Now, with the knockback effect, I'm almost certain that it doesn't actually apply the 22% more damage until they hit the ground after you pick them up with Piranado. However, it's still really strong, and in most cases you can kill them while they're in the air without even having to wait for them to hit the ground. This is more so for just elites. You pick them up, and when they drop and hit the ground, you get that extra damage buff. Run in and pop them. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's go do some demonstrations. I like to go to Fields of Misery. So as you can see, that slow is really, really good. Grab them, pick them up, throw some haunts if you want. Run in, pop Soul Harvest, boom. Look at that. And the cooldowns are instantly back. It's pretty nuts, though. Let me find something. Let me find something beefy. Find something beefy. I like to find elite packs and just smash on them. It's a lot of fun. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. Here we go. Boom! The boom boom build. It's a lot of fun. It's like solo play doesn't really do it justice. It's cool. This is a cool demonstration, but whenever you're in a really, you like that rubber band there? Man, I've been dying to stuff like that so much it drives me crazy. Whenever you're in solo, or whenever you're playing with a group, and you have a Palm Monk, it's so good. My buddy Alex just got a new fist weapon. I forget the name, but he actually rolled 94% exploding palm damage on it, which is really awesome. Can loan them HPs? No problem. I just love the way that looks too. But look at that slow, guys. It's so good. There's nothing they can do. Let me try to find a elite pack if I can. Or a champion pack, whichever one works. Oh dear. Pop. Look at that. Look at that. Pop. Isn't that crazy? See that? I didn't have zombie dogs out, and see how quickly I was taking damage. So it's something you got to pay attention to for sure. There's usually a pack or two down here. So let me see if I can grab one. Just to show you what kind of crazy damage you can do. Pop. Look at that. So sick! Alright. Okay, so you want to use the Piranado, and when it sucks him up, it'll drop him down, and then you can run in and just pop, just like that. Look at that. That's one shot. That is a legitimate, just, I kill everything build. I love this build. It's really, really good. It farms really well, guys. It's much easier to obtain now, especially with the Kadala changes, being able to drop legendary set items. So, if you guys have any questions at all, if you need any help with this build, do not be afraid to message me and let me know. My in-game name, or my battle tag, is actually changed. It's no longer Doom Train. It's actually Mikey Mads 1605. So, I changed it just to basically make it easier for you guys to keep up with me and be able to know who I am. And on my Twitch, I'm actually known as Mikey Mads as well. So, anyways, guys, as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, do not be afraid to ask. If you liked, please comment, subscribe. It really helps me in what I do, and I appreciate everybody that I interact with and meet. I've met a lot of good people and good friends, as always. So, anyways, go out there and blow some up. As always, guys, I will see you next time. Have a good night.